as marketers, we often make an assumption that is actually completely flawed, and it ends up hurting conversion rates. So what happens is we assume that if on a page we include the most important stuff, then anyone who's motivated will notice the most important stuff. And that's actually almost never the case. In fact, in the testing that we've done, this is very anecdotal to the testing that I've done, what we find is that 83% of what's on a page is actually invisible. And we know this because we've tested ideas where we'll actually place a call to action, or we'll kind of add a phrase that kind of clicks to lead to a pop-up. And when we look back at the number of people that actually interacted with our call to action, the participation rate is like 4%, 5%, 6%. It's really, really small. And we just know the fact that people are easily distracted. And just because you think as a marketer that something is a priority and something is obvious, I've heard this a lot, that it's obvious, it's there. I mean, how can someone have missed it? Well, someone who's new on your website is not oriented with your structure. More importantly, they're somewhat distracted. They have their own agenda. They're trying to get their own job done. So it's very likely and reasonable for them to not notice something that you thought was very visible. And if you've ever used user testing or done eye tracking studies or done heat maps or recordings, you will see people behaving in your on your website in ways that totally don't make sense. But these are actual shoppers. This is your core audience. Saying that they're behaving in ways that are irrational is not going to help us convert them. We have to empathize with them and understand their frustrations and what's going on in their world, so that they're able to notice the things that we need them to notice that help them convert. So I'm going to talk about this example from this website, Dr. Brandt Skin Changing Science website. And I went through all of their product pages, and this item over here, which is the no more baggage page, has 169 reviews. It's more than what they have on any other product page on the website. So clearly it's one of their best sellers. And when we were studying the page, we noticed that, we went through the whole page and all of that good stuff, and after maybe like 5 minutes, we discovered that there's these alternate images over here. So as a user, you tend to kind of ignore this. I certainly didn't notice it, and I'm a professional marketer. And there's so much white space around it. It's pulled so far to the left. There's no border to it. It's easy to miss it. But the thing is that even if you were to notice it, you would actually not realize. I mean, looking at this, can you make out that this is a video? Well, it actually is. So when you click on it, there's this video that appears on a full screen mode. Really well produced video, high quality video, does a really good job talking specifically about how this product works, which is exactly what I was looking for, which is an important conversion catalyst. I can tell you for a fact that less than 3% of people on this page interact and watch this video. If we know that the user is not noticing the video, and I didn't notice the video, you probably didn't notice the video, I had to spend 5 minutes on the web page to actually discover the video. Most people aren't going to spend 5 minutes on your website to figure out what it is that they need to find. So what do? So our solution, as always, is to bring the asset to the user, and what we did was effectively is we embedded the video we embed the video on the page itself. So the description we pushed slightly lower so that the video would be more visible. And we designed it in a way where we adjusted the spacing so that by default for every browser type, at least the video would partially appear above the fold. So the user now knows there's a visual cue that this is a video, which is all we want them to do. And if previously the click-through rate for the video was, 3 to 4%, it'll be now 15 to 20%, which is a big, big difference. And so look at your product page and ask yourself, what are some of the assumptions I'm making about the elements of my page, and how important are they in terms of visibility? And if something is important, but it's not seen by people, then it simply does not exist. So keep that in mind, and hopefully this will help you out. Have yourself a great day.